June was on me on that one. Morning, everybody. Chad, Doss Farms. Let's go dump some cubes, and then we'll let them through to come eat them. They're a little restless. I'm kind of late this morning, but you know what? Glory. Hey, Glory. If you'd share that baby, I'd been out here about 5 o'clock. Yep. All right. Let's drive back into the deep. Didn't mean to leave you hanging. We can actually turn the air off. It's 74 degrees. Yeah, last night it got down to like 65. It was amazing. I'm gonna pour some cubes up here, get them moving on a little bit different area, because even though it was awesome feeding them out along the, I call it like the runway, the strip of land out there, it's good, but they're manure, just it needs to be spread to be flying. What it needs to do is rain. That would help. That would alleviate a lot of problems. But here we are. I don't have a tripod. You're welcome. Yeah. Woo! All right, there's one bag of cubes. Spread out. Let's drive down to the gate. I've got another bag. Woo! We'll drive down to the double gate, let them in, we'll lead them back here, and I'll dump some more cubes. I might even run some up that trail. But, yep. If you're new here, welcome and howdy. If you're old here, welcome and howdy. This is my lovely wife and I's 40 acres in northeast Oklahoma. We've got longhorns, donkeys, dogs, pigs, a chicken that thinks it's a pig, some flowers, and 3 boys. What y'all waiting on? Breakfast bell? They don't think I'm funny. This machine has paid for itself already. Already. Just for the fact of getting around the farm, but also being protected, not having to worry about anybody sneaking up on you. Might need a little grease, but I started to add grease, and then somebody messaged me and said, man, those squeaky gates, that's just part of having a farm. And I was like, yeah, until they fall off. When Tipsy had her calf, it was actually a stillborn, it was breached, and unfortunately that's just part of it. We could not save it. It is what it is. But that day it actually hailed. It was hailing and raining and just nasty inclement weather. And I was able to sit out here for almost 8 hours and work with her and then seek refuge in the side-by-side without getting just pummeled. No regrets. Hang on. He will definitely headbutt the door. Hey, Frank, you know, I finally caught it on tape. Everybody says how cute and cuddly you are and they don't want us to eat you, but you're a steer, they know. But on the Doss Outdoors channel, I used that camera up there in the trees to film you guys when I'm not out here, and they saw you being a bully. Yeah, Uh-huh. Throwing your weight around, pushing the calves, pushing the little heifers. Yep. Yep. Hey, push Fiona around. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Don't mess with mama's baby. Okay. Woo! Woo! Nelly. Come on, Cal. Come on, Cal. Woo! All right. Let's roll, friends. June knows where they're at. She ain't no dummy. She knows, man. Come on back. She knows. Look, she's cutting straight towards them. She's not even taking the path. Cows are smart, man. Very smart. I've seen curiosity get the best of a few of them a few times, but they are intelligent. And I do believe they have memories. This was the other trail I'm probably going to dump some cubes on. But before they get here, you got to listen to how quiet it is and watch them run. Woo! Come on, Cal. Woo! The donkey bringing up the rear. Oops, excuse me, ma'am. Woo! Miss Belle, how is she? Yep, you gotta go around. Sorry, seniority rules. So you guys have heard of the pecking order, MJ? Listen, dude. Yeah, Sonny, hang on. You guys are stinkers. Around here we got what's called the poking order. Woo, dad jokes for days. Bringing up the rear because he's in a... Yeah, see what I did there? What's up, buddy? Doing all right? This is slowly becoming like my favorite part of the farm up here in this corner. Sure is. I don't know what you call it. A lot of this rock up here. It's not too bad. It's not like real tight. Like you could drive a post still. As you can see, we've fenced, most of the perimeter, but yeah. But slowly but surely, I think we need us a big old 8-foot landscape rake. Just need to go nuts back here and throw some seed. We're getting to that time of year though where, and my dad, this is just things I've learned over the years. We're getting to that time of the year where if and when we do get rain, it's like 30 minutes and it's really heavy because it's basically just because the humidity just gets to be too much. Rain has to come out of the clouds. And when that happens, when it's this dry, it's almost like a flash flood. So if the ground's not a little bit moist to hold the seed, and it's not like fall where you can throw the seed and drive around and cover it up, right? This is basically dust, your dirt is. So even if you were to drive around and cover it up, when it rains, it's going away. So you've almost got to have a good 20-30 minute rain that really soaks in, but a slow, steady one. You don't want that flash rain. And then you go throw your seed, like right then. Just go do it. We'll get it figured out. If you're new here, we've only been here for, today's the 6th. March, April, May, June, July. Been here 5 months today. At our previous 20 acres, we started with basically, it was an abandoned motocross track, and there was jumps, ravines and banks and wet areas and dry areas. And it was pretty, I mean, from what I understand, it was a prime in its day. And then it closed down. Don't know why, long before our time. We went in with a dozer and literally dozed everything. There was not very many trees at all. No good trees anyway. A lot of brush, a lot of overgrown stuff. And we just dozed it. And it got dozed in November of 22. I planted seed spring of 23 and fall of 23. And it just ripped, man, just straight flourish. So it takes time. This is a marathon, not a sprint. That's why I've got a ton of hay. That's why I've got a bunch of grain. We've actually downsized a few animals. We sold our alpacas, we sold our goats, just in large part due to making room for animals that we can accommodate and make sure they have everything they need. Wish I'd have got that on tape. Gloria just totally just bulldozed her way in there. But yeah, it takes time. But what we're getting ready to do is actually move Frank, and I did buy, like I've already paid for it from the guy we get our hay from. They raise Charolais, and I bought a white beef steer, like a Charolais steer. He's much smaller than Frank, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to put him and Frank over in the pink pen, as we call it, like raised pasture. And I don't think I'm going to put CJ and Finn over there, because I'm not really growing the longhorns out for beef. Now, it's amazing beef. It's great beef. If you talk to our friends Aaron and Kylie at Lone Rock Ranch, this is what they got. Now, they got beef cows. I think I got black Angus and red Angus. But they raise the longhorns for some of the best ground beef you can buy. I mean, it's like 95% lean, man. I mean, Kylie sent me a picture once where she was browning some hamburger, and she like tipped the pan towards herself. And normally it's like full of grease when you've done brown it. There's like, I don't know, a spoonful of grease in that thing. Man, there's some lean burgers. It's almost sweet when it's that lean. It's so good. It's a good thing you're pretty, brother. Good thing you're pretty. Otherwise, I'd have them huevos and your attitude. But yep. Well, this is mom, so I'd probably pick a different time to prove it. But yeah. Anyway, guys, I don't see much of an update on Glory. Some of you old timers, some of you folks that have longhorns have told me she's still 2 or 3 weeks out. I don't know. They see no sign of urgency or worry or strain in her. She's not anxious. She's not shy. So the vet that checked her, preg checked her, just missed the date a little bit. It happens. Here, let me get them some more cubes so they'll stand still longer. What's up, buddy? Come sneak up here and get some of those. You won't like these. You won't like them. We tried that. The donkeys get snacks, okay? They get a lot of snacks, usually off camera, because like when I'm not feeding, the cows don't, I shouldn't say they don't come up to me, but like they're aware when it's feed time and when it's just like Rancher Chad checking on us. So when I do that, little donk comes up and gets like right in my pocket, man. I mean, he's all over me. So I've always got treats for him, but you have to be very, very careful with donkeys. And you got to remember, I'm not just out here 3 videos a week. We have another channel, usually 2 videos a week. I'm still not just out here 5 times a week. It's like 4 or 5 times a day, okay? If I had treats every single time and tried to save them for when we're on camera, just so you guys could see it, that donkey would be fat and unhealthy and dangerously not okay. Just know that Donkeys don't get that friendly if you don't give them treats, okay? He's friendly because I've always got snacks. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I had a point about Frank. Where'd he go? So Frank turned a year old May 12th of 24. And believe it or not, that guy came out of that calf launcher. True story. But the bull that bred June, excuse me, I'm not trying to be whatever. The bull that bred June belonged to our neighbor. He was an Angus, so technically he's a Hangus. And he was massive, and it was her first time. She was a first-time heifer. Or I should say she's a heifer. Now she's a first-time heifer. And it almost killed her. And here's where I messed up to an extent. I bought a grain cart that came with some 20% four-way blend, really high dollar grain for growing out steers. And at that time I had 2 Highlands because we had her sister, which we've since sold if you've been here very long. We had her sister, her, and 2 Baldies. The Baldies were steers we were growing out, and the 20% was great for them. But I didn't know enough. This is my inexperience, and this is just after learning how big Frank got before he got here. Now, part of that's just because he's an Angus and she's a Highland. That cross should have never happened. But feeding June while she was bred, I'm talking like first and second stage, 20% grain that's meant for growing out steers was a terrible idea. So the reason Frank is going to move, and the reason the new steer is going to live with Frank over in the other pasture, is so I can give them a higher grain, a higher blend to grow them out. That's what you do during the winter. You hay them. You know, I understand the whole grass-fed movement. I'm more for the 0 to low antibiotics unless they need it movement. And then as far as the grain goes, I feed them as little as I can. I prefer to feed them hay. That's why I overbuy my hay every year. Last year I had 12 bales left over. This year we've already got 30. I've got 60 more coming. And rough estimate, I should only need about 72, but what looks like in for a long winter. So we'll see how this goes. Once again, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cows or heifers that do not need a 20% feed. In my opinion, from people I've learned from people I've talked to, they need to be more on like a 12% and then a real high quality hay. And the 12% is really just a supplement. Whereas when you put your steers in a pen and you want to grow them out to eat, you just give them the best you can afford, the best you can buy. And Frank will likely be processed. He's a growing boy. He'll likely be processed March or April next year. You can't really put weight on him in the summer. The grass just doesn't have as many nutrients in it. It's not thriving and growing like it is through those early spring months. So coming out of winter on that 20% grain, heading into February, March, April, and even early to mid-June, he will be on that spring grass, that fescue that pops real quick before it gets hot, and then we will process him. So he'll be a little over 2 years old, but I'm okay with that. Should get a lot of beef out of him, and it's going to be delicious. I haven't really met the new steer yet. I didn't even pick it. I just paid him for it and told him to send me the biggest and brightest. But I'm thinking we're going to name it. I haven't met it. Maybe its personality will change our minds. Because if his name was what I'm going to name the new steer, it'd be weird. But Frank the Tank fit him perfectly because he was huge. But I think we're going to name the new steer Beans. We're going to have us some Franken beans. See what I did there? Ooh. Easy, bruiser. Goodness. Honey, Glory, I just, please share. Please share. Now, she is a little bit more dipped right there. Yep, I don't mean to drag this on. I'm just learning with you guys. But that bag is not near full enough, but she's an older cow, so she may not get it till late. Maybe sometimes even the calf almost hits the ground before the milk comes in completely. But she should get real dippy right there. And well, it's pretty, you're looking pretty dippy, Glory. We'll see. Speaking of tanks, dude, I need in that side-by-side. Please don't make me go around, you knucklehead. Golly. Please tell me I just got that kick. Three, two, one. 1, 2, 3. You're gonna be so tasty. When the grass is 4 feet high.
Yikes.
Hang on a minute, let me check. What's going on? It's been a few hours. Looking for snakes. Don't see any snakes, just tadpoles. Yeah, we've got this little draw down here off our creek. And we'd love to mount a camera down here, but I really don't want to get ate up by bugs or critters too. Whew. I'm thinking that's the best spot, but can anybody tell me if any of that's poison ivy? Because it probably is. Look at that dude. Fish. There was a big fish. Big for a creek fish. There he is. Look at that guy, man. Goodness. See if we can get him. Nope, he gone. And I ain't sticking my hand under there. No way. All right, so if you've been watching the channel for very long, you guys know that I use these Real-Link cameras, and I love them. And they just came out with a camo version. And sorry if this sounds a little bit repetitive from the DOS Outdoors video. You're either going to see right after this or whenever you watch it. But I just like these cameras, and I think they're awesome. I think game cams are awesome. I love the whole concept. And we honestly, I mean, not that we don't come down here and watch the wildlife, but we love capturing what happens when we're not here. That's why people buy trail cam. I figured out where I want to put it. I think it's right in the middle of some poison ivy. I'm gonna let you tell me.
I ain't getting out.
In there, and crawdads. You wanna see them?
Oh, I do see them.
We don't know what that noise is in our Can-Am, by the way.
Awesome.
Yeah, we think it means call the service department. See, that's why we're putting a camera down here. Some huge ripples down there. I don't know what that was. I'm walking. I'd be careful what's under that ledge, though.
Oh, crawdad. That's a big crawdad.
Yeah, he was least of my worries. It's freezing.
Yeah, it's chilly now.
Man, look at those fish. What are those? Anybody tell me what those are? Yeah, perch is kind of a generic term, though. I think that's kind of like saying something's a catfish, but there's bullhead, channel, blue, saltwater. Whoa! There are just hundreds of stinking fish. Hey, if I don't make it out of here, just leave me. I'm good with it.
Yeah, well, even though this is in our backyard, first time I've ever walked back this far.
For sure. I saw a bass, but I don't know where it went. Probably 8 to 10 inches.
This is cool.
Mm-hmm. No, so I was walking right here, and I disturbed like a spawn bed. which is, you know, a fish nest, basically. Like bird's nest, fish nest. And there's just hundreds of them. Went swarming. See, look. See them all? Don't move, don't move, don't move. You're making ripples.
I can't.
You're making ripples. There's, I mean, like 30 or 40 of them right here.
Oh, little babies.
Yeah, but there's hundreds, babe.
Yeah.
You don't see those?
Here too.
Huh?
Look, they're eating your legs. Oh, they're minnows.
Okay, well, now I want to leave.
No, actually, have you ever heard of minnow foot baths where you stick your feet in with minnows and they eat all the dead skin off your feet?
I'm sorry, what?
Come on, guys. There's legit places where you can put your feet into...
We're gonna go this way.
And they eat all the dead skin off your feet.
So what, we can charge for this? I should start selling tickets down there?
Yeah, watch, look, see? They're eating your legs. Hold still.
What are they eating? I don't like this.
They're eating your dead skin.
I don't have dead skin. I'm alive. I just can't believe there's a bass in here. Oh, there's two of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good thing I got hiking shoes on. It's kind of one of those, like, I don't know if it's poison ivy, but I'm pretty sure there's poison ivy.
Get in the water.
Well, I don't mind getting in the water. It's bushes right in front of the water.
I'm standing in the water because I'm hot.
Well, people think I'm being silly, but this is slick.
Yeah, it is.
Real slick. So, whew, it may not get much sun, but remember we have, I think our camera's coming for this. I just wanted to bring one down here. So I have some camo ones with like a flash. So like if we see Bambi, we can literally turn on a flash.
Of course you do.
We can literally go, boo! There might be a DOS Outdoors video after this. There might be a DOS Outdoors video tomorrow. Either way, it'll be after this. It'll just be right after this or tomorrow after this. Did I get that right?
Got it?
All right. We appreciate you guys hanging out. We're not trying to cut it short. We just want to, I'm actually starving and we just got our propane refilled. So let's go make some steaks.
Yay.
All right. Y'all be good. Don't work too hard. Thanks for hanging out. God bless. Deuces. Don't make it weird. Deuces.